Episode 7 of Urusei Yatsura Season 2 starts with Ataru and Ten wandering Tamabiki town together. Then, a salesman calls out to them and tries to persuade Ataru to purchase one of his earmuffs. Ataru finds the item's price baffling and attempts to leave. The salesman offers Ataru a deal on 2 earmuffs, which entices Ataru to purchase them. Ataru and Ten visit a park. Ten and Ataru try out the earmuffs. This results in the 2 switching bodies. Ataru tries fleeing from Ten because he wants to use his new body to cuddle with girls. Before he flees, Lum arrives and startles Ataru. Knowing he's in Ten's body now, Ataru tells Lum to check on Ten nearby. Ataru leaves, spots a group of girls, and cuddles them. Meanwhile, Lum's checking on Ten, who is still in Ataru's body. Ten, cosplaying Ataru, awakens and asks Lum where Ataru, cosplaying Ten, went. Lum thinks Ten, cosplaying Ataru, is crazy, so she comforts Ten, cosplaying Ataru. Ten, cosplaying Ataru, tries explaining what happened between him and Ataru, cosplaying Ten, but Lum's not buying it. Ten, cosplaying Ataru, spots Ataru, cosplaying Ten, with a group of girls and tries confronting him. Ataru, cosplaying Ten, tells Lum that Ten, cosplaying Ataru, is trying to pick on him, resulting in Lum grabbing Ten, cosplaying Ataru. Ataru, cosplaying Ten, flees and spots Sakura nearby. He tries cuddling with Sakura, but her Ataru senses kick in, resulting in her slapping Ataru, cosplaying Ten, to the ground. Lum confronts Sakura about it and she's unsure why she sensed malicious intent. Ataru, cosplaying Ten, says he's going to die soon. He says before he dies, he'd like to do something crude to Sakura, resulting in Ten, cosplaying Ataru, smacking him on the head. Lum shocks Ten, cosplaying Ataru, while Ataru, cosplaying Ten, hugs Sakura. Ten, cosplaying Ataru, tries explaining what happened to him and Ataru to Sakura. However, Sakura and Lum find Ten's, cosplaying Ataru, remarks strange. Ataru, cosplaying Ten, says he learned all his nasty remarks from Ten, cosplaying Ataru. This results in Lum and Sakura beating Ten, cosplaying Ataru, senseless. Then, Ataru, cosplaying Ten, tries doing something nefarious Sakura, resulting in more madness ensuing. Cherry arrives, but Sakura tells him she's in the middle of something. He pulls out a bag containing the earmuffs Ataru bought from the salesman. Cherry puts on the earmuffs, resulting in him, Ataru, and Ten swapping bodies. Cherry ends up in Ten's body while Ten ends up in his. Ataru realizes he's in his original body again and gets electrocuted by Lum because of Ten's earlier actions. The set piece ends with Cherry, cosplaying Ten, yelling at Sakura while Lum continues electrocuting Ataru. The next segment begins with Ataru's mother waking Ataru up because he's late for school. Ataru leaves home but forgets his suitcase. Lum notices Ataru's late and tags along with him. Lum tells Ataru she knows of a way they can get to school faster. She and Ataru visit the park and head near some empty structures. Lum places a device on the structure and it can connect to 2 different spaces. Ataru doesn't trust Lum when her device short-circuits. He tries fleeing the area, which angers Lum. Lum grabs Ataru and shows him the portal her device made. Lum pushes Ataru into the portal and chases after him. The 2 end up at the school grounds. Lum tells Ataru to go ahead because she needs to close the portal up. Then, we cut to Shinobu and her classmates. They briefly discuss Ataru and Lum and question why they haven't arrived at class yet. Meanwhile, Ataru rushes to class and spots numerous adults in the classroom. Ataru learns the adults in the classroom happen to be his classmates, making him realize that Lum's portal sent him 10 years into the future. Lum realizes her device sent Ataru and herself into the future. Before Ataru looks for Lum, he rests and eats his lunch. Then, a small child arrives, startles Ataru, and starts eating his food. Ataru stops him but lets the kid eat his meal when the kid starts crying. Lum arrives and comforts the child, to Ataru's dismay. Suddenly, Lum loses interest in the child when Ataru pinpoints how the kid has the same raunchy mannerisms as he does. Suddenly, Ataru's future wife enters the classroom and asks the other women where her son is. They give his future wife some intel, resulting in her leaving the classroom to look for her son. While she's searching for her son, we learn that Ataru's son is named Kakeru. Elsewhere, Ataru, Lum, and Kakeru visit an ice cream parlor to get Kakeru food. Ataru and Lum bicker briefly. Then, Lum asks Kakeru to introduce himself to them. Lum and Ataru are speechless when they discover Kakeru is Ataru's future son. Lum examines Kakeru and realizes he doesn't have horns. This indicates to her that Kakeru isn't her son, meaning she and Ataru aren't a couple in the future. Lum and Kakeru cry while Ataru questions who his wife is. Ataru and Kakeru head to the school and Ataru drops Kakeru off. He observes Kakeru and hopes to discover who his future wife is. When Kakeru rushes to his mother, Ataru is left speechless about who he'll marry in the future. Lum arrives and Ataru follows her to the new portal. After Ataru departs, we learn future Shinobu is Kakeru's real mother. Ataru and Lum return home and Ataru's mother scolds him for peeing his pants. Ataru and Lum question their future together. Then, we cut to an anthropomorphic rabbit traversing through a mystical realm surrounded by floating doors. The episode closes with the rabbit saying he's running late. The episode review. Today, Urusei Yatsura presented fans with two bizarre yet humorous segments. While the first one was filled with humor, the second set piece may make a few viewers question our pair's future. As always, the slapstick and banter is still an amusing sight. From Sakura slapping Ataru, cosplaying Ten, or Ataru yelling at Lum for getting him into sticky situations, one can't help but laugh. While the first segment will fill viewers with glee, the second one offers some level of intrigue. Although it's unfortunate we didn't get to see what future Ataru looks like, it's interesting that he ended up marrying Shinobu instead of Lum. You'd think with all the minor build-up and segments we received of the two, so far, that Ataru and Lum would be a couple in the end. At the same time, many viewers may wonder if Ataru and Lum's interactions with Kakeru will alter the future, too. As with other programs that delve into the future, one knows that interacting with a life form of that timeline can cause changes to occur. Therefore, it wouldn't be far-fetched to believe Lum still has a shot of making Ataru her husband. Regardless, that set piece will get people's minds churning briefly. Overall, this was another fine showcase from Urusei Yatsura Season 2. I'm curious to see how this Alice in Wonderland-themed rabbit character will play into next week's episode.